I actually went through that whole journey, and that's why I could relate to it even more. And that's what I would want to share. So, growing up, I had kind of low immunity, very sensitive throat, and I had like sinus and would frequently get cold and cough, and was had low immunity and was falling sick a lot. So, every time I was going to a doctor with some congestion and infection, they would prescribe antibiotics. So, uh, and it went on for many years, like almost 20, 30 years, I suffered like that. And every 2, 3 months going back to the doctors, and they would give a stronger dose of antibiotics because, I mean, it was infected and my tonsils were choked. Then finally, the doctor said that you need to cut your tonsils. So they operated the tonsils. And still, it was, almost the same. They would not choke, but they were all infected and red, and difficulty swallowing and all. So uh, then by the time I was 30, I got diabetes, and the doctor said that your parents have diabetes, your grandparents have diabetes. And my dad had diabetes when he was 30. My grandparents had diabetes all their life. So, I mean, I thought, they said it is genetic, and take medication for life. And I was taking that. And then another 2, 3, 4 years later, I had hypertension, and the doctor said the same, that it's genetic, and your parents have it, your grandparents have it. I started getting a lot of migraines, and again, the same things like your mother has. And my mom had migraines all her life, and it was very severe. So my migraines started, and again, the doctors would explain that it is genetic. And uh, so, and initially, the migraine, which was like not so frequent, started getting more frequent. It was almost reaching to a point where I was popping a painkiller early morning every day, because I didn't know by the evening how bad it would be. And I had to work also. So, I mean, it was almost taking a painkiller in the morning to preempt that, so that I could carry on with my work. So by the time I reached 40, I was over 100 kilos in weight. And though I was trying to be follow a healthy lifestyle, I was like exercising every day. I would run on the treadmill. I was doing weight training, uh, but uh, my weight was not going down, and it was kind of going on increasing. And things were and I all my immunity was so low that almost every year I would fall sick. One year I had H1N1, one year I had typhoid, one year I had jaundice. So some chronic disease which would knock me off for like a month, a year. And uh, then by the time you recover and you start, so I mean, things had reached to such a point that I was ready to try almost anything. And honestly, I was not really a believer of Ayurveda. And but then my brother, who lives in Los Angeles, USA, one of his friends had gone to Kerala and benefited a lot for migraines. So he told me that you should go see this doctor, and he recommended Dr. Atish. So both of us went to see Dr. Atish, and he checked my pulse. So Ayurveda uh, Dr. Atish is a pulse reader. So he checked my pulse and said that your internal metabolic age is that of a 65-year-old, which was a big shock for me. So he said that whatever you are eating is not getting digested well. So you're gaining more weight because of that. So the first thing is to clean up the body and detoxify the system. And then once your metabolism is restored, then most of these issues can be taken care of. So he put me on a 30-day detox plan, which was like freshly cooked food only. And he said no packaged food. And I'll actually come back to that later, or it will be mostly covered in Dr. Atish's presentation. So he gave me the 30-day diet, like detox kind of diet plan, gave me some cleansing herbs. And basically, to cut the long story short, it's been more than 8 years today. I've never popped a pill, never fallen sick for a day. My energy level is better than my teenage days. My sleep quality is better than my teenage days. So it completely transformed my life. How it suffered for like 30 years or more, and I could see that my all those issues were almost gone. So that really got me into Ayurveda, and I went to do a course, and I went to almost all the Ayurvedic retreats in India to learn more about it. Then I thought, then I talked to Dr. Atish, and I said, you come to Singapore and we need to bring this to more and more people, because if I have benefited, I thought it was my duty that I bring this knowledge to more and more people. So we started this in 2017. It's been 4 years, and we're working with the same mission, basically, as you mentioned, and you're also doing work in that. Idea is that we can all lead a disease-free life if we are following the concept of food as medicine. Whatever we put in our mouth, whatever we eat, Ayurveda says can be either poison or can be medicine. So it will either cure disease or cause disease. So it is more about awareness than it is also about the daily routine and a seasonal routine, which is the Dincharya and Ritucharya in Sanskrit. So basically is following the daily routine, waking up on a certain time, sleeping on time, following the cycle with nature, following eating with the season around us. If we are in Singapore, we have to follow something according to the weather here. So all these knowledge which Ayurveda brings in completely transformed my life, and that is what we are doing. We have 5 centers here now, and Dr. Atish does the consultation, and we do juice cleansing programs also. So fasting is a big part of detoxification. So we have a lot of people who regularly do, like I myself do 1 day of juice fasting every week, just stay on juices. And juices is actually is getting all the raw nutrients and minerals and a lot of fluid in, so that we can clean the lymphatic system. So even with today's day and lifestyle, even if this 1 day fast can really help us to maintain good health. So all these things that we kind of we are trying to bring to more and more people. And basically I will pass on to Dr. Atish and let him do more talking on exactly how it needs to be done. But I wanted to share my own story and how I benefited, and that is what we are trying to do and bring it to more and more people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumitji. It's a really inspirational story, I think. It's like, yeah, to follow and go through that rigorous routine is difficult. I mean, it needs really self-discipline and self-willpower, I would say. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Dr. Atish, I'll give you host rights so you can share your screen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes, you can present.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes, you can start.
Good evening, dear friends. I'm Dr. Atish. Today, I like to share few points with how we can convert our food as medicine and how we can lead a disease-free, healthy life. You can see the presentation, right?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. See, today I like to share like a few points how we can lead a disease-free, healthy life. So before going to the topic, I like to give a small introduction about Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a science which have more than 5,000 years of history. Ayurveda is not only a medical science, it's completely a life science. The main aim of Ayurveda to maintain the health and cure the disease. According to Ayurveda, Medicines are food. Antibiotics are fasting. Immunizations are detoxification. Painkillers are oils and baths. From this, we can know that Ayurveda given prime importance to the food. Even in modern science, they given prime importance to the food by stating if diet is right, medicine is of no need. If diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. See, now I'm coming to my point. Today, I like to share 11 points. Out of that, like there are 5 do's, there are 5 don'ts, and there is one important point. First, I'd like to inform you what are the benefit what we are going to get if you are ready to follow these 11 points. So first, I'll explain you what are the benefit we are going to get. See, these are the benefit what we are going to like. We will get a proper immunity power, weight loss, proper metabolism, very good mental health, balanced hormones, and we can maintain our health and cure the disease. Now I am starting my 11th point. So I'm starting with my first point, that is eat freshly prepared food. That means the food which is prepared the same day. And whenever we are eating food, we have to concentrate only on our food. My second point is eat only 3 times in a day, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As we know that the minimum duration of digestion is 4 to 6 hours. Based on that, I just designed an approximate time to eat food. Like around 8 o'clock in the morning, we can take our breakfast. Around 1 p.m., we can take our lunch. Before 7 p.m., we should take our dinner. Why we should take dinner before 7 p.m.? See, as we know that our digestion goes parallel to the sunlight. So after the sunset, the digestion power becomes very poor. So it's very important that we have to finish our dinner before sunset. In Singapore, our sunset time is around 6:30 or 7 o'clock. So it's very important that before 7 p.m. we should finish our dinner. And whenever we are eating like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's very important that we are not supposed to eat anything in between. In between our meal, we should only we have to drink water. My third point is we have to sleep properly. Sleep is one of the important factor in our health. If you are following all other rules and regulations, but if you are not sleeping properly, we cannot expect a good health from such person. And what is the ideal time to sleep? The ideal time to sleep is before like 10 o'clock. That means around 9 o'clock we have to sleep, and around 5 o'clock we have to wake up. See, what is the important? Why we should sleep by 9 o'clock? See, in our body, there is one mechanism called self-healing mechanism. Is nothing but our body going to heal ourselves. The major portion of self-healing mechanism takes place in between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So it's very important that before starting self-healing, major portion of self-healing mechanism, we have to sleep and give a complete rest to the body. So body going to utilize entire energy towards the self-healing mechanism. And why we should wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning? See, our body every day going to produce good fat, and the production of good fat takes place in between 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. See, why body producing good fat means our body need good fat to repair our cell. So those who are sleeping this particular time, like from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., instead of producing good fat, body starts producing bad fat, which is sticky in nature. So it's very important that we have to wake up before 6 o'clock, and the ideal time is 5 o'clock. And my fourth point is drink water properly. So that is, everyone is asking like the same question, like how much water we have to drink and how we have to drink. See, we have to drink water depend on the climate and the area what we are living in. According to present Singapore climate, minimum we have to drink 2 to 3 liters of water. And the ideal way to drink water is every 15 minutes, we should drink 50 ml of water. That means approximately 3 to 5 sips. And it's very important that whenever we are eating food, we are not supposed to drink water. Either we have to drink water 30 minutes before our food or 1 hour after food. If you are drinking water with the food, it will damage our digestion. And my fifth point and very important point is do proper exercise. What are the proper exercise? See, proper exercise means which is active, any exercise which is activate body and mind. So I would like to give you three examples for a proper exercise. First example I like to give a barefoot walk. Whenever we are walking without chappal or shoe, see, whenever we are doing barefoot walk, especially in the morning, we should be completely alert on our exercise. That's one of the best exercise what we can do in the morning, barefoot walk. The second best example, kindly play any sport game like a shuttle, football, basketball, volleyball kind of thing. And the third best option is kindly do yoga, which indulge body and mind. These are my 5 do's, and now I'll start 5 dons. My first don is, or my sixth point is, kindly avoid milk and milk product. Milk is the one of the major white poison which is causing cancer. It's not only causing cancer, it is causing many other major disorder and disease inside our body, like it's causing eczema, psoriasis, sinus issue, diabetes mellitus, cholesterol, hypertension, etc. kind of chronic issues apart from cancer. And what are the milk? What we are getting today in the market is not the real milk, is a white poison. So kindly avoid milk from our food. My second dons are like kindly avoid white flour. Okay, white flour is mainly causing many disorder and disease in digestive system. As we know that white flour is an end product of wheat, and we know that the wheat color is not white. Then how that waste product of wheat is become white? See, when we are taking all the fiber from the wheat, the end product we are bleaching with a chemical like alloxan and benzoyl. These two chemicals are very harmful for our liver and pancreas. So whenever we are bleaching the end product of wheat and making very soft and white powder like a white flour, whenever we are consuming, the chemical goes inside and it will damage our pancreas and liver, and easily we will get diabetes mellitus and liver disorder. And also it is very sticky in nature, so it's always going to stick in the entire digestive system, and which is causing gastric issue, ulcer formation, acid reflux, and all that kind of digestive disorder. And my third dons are kindly avoid animal product like chicken and red meat. Why I am specifying chicken here means because normally we know that from egg to get a healthy chicken, it will take approximately 18 months to 24 months. But all we know that in all the poultry farm, all other farms, see from egg to chicken, it will take transformation will take only it is taking place within 28 to 35 days by injecting growth hormone. So that's why we are completely avoid chicken. That is one of the main reasons how nowadays our girls are getting menstruation at the age of 8 instead of 15, and all the women are getting menopause at the age of 40 or 42 instead of 60. So kindly avoid such kind of meat, especially chicken and red meat, which doesn't have any fiber, which is taking a long time to digest. Example like a beef and pork, it will take for complete digestion, it will take approximately 2 to 3 days. And there is only one science which is deal about how to take animal product, and we should what time we should take animal product is clearly dealt in Ayurveda. But we have to follow one important rule means the meat what we are eating, it should be killed by same day. That means we should eat fresh meat, which is not that possible in Singapore. So kindly avoid meat. And my fourth dons are kindly avoid mixing cooked and uncooked food. See, as we know that cooked food is very easy to digest and raw food are little heavy to digest. So whenever we are mixing and eating, we are normally getting indigestion. And one of the main reasons for getting ulcer in the mouth, normally we are calling stomatitis. One of the main reasons, there are many reasons, one of the main reasons is mixing cooked and uncooked food. So kindly avoid mixing cooked and uncooked food, which is cause indigestion. This is my 10th point, kindly avoid daytime sleep. See, daytime sleep is one of the dangerous or harmful causative factor for diabetes mellitus and obesity. See, whenever we are sleeping in the daytime, the excessive like waste fat or bad fat, which will increase in our body, and it will cause a lot of like chemical changes and reactions. That was the only reason when once we sleep in the daytime, once we wake up, once we can see there's a lot of heaviness on the head, and we will not in a normal rhythm. That means once we get up from the daytime sleep, we can see we doesn't want to talk to anyone. We are getting a lot of lethargy and a negative mood and etc. It will take approximately 2 to 3 hours. That means that's mainly because of the chemical reaction which takes place in our body. These are my 10 points what I want to discuss. What that means 5 do's and 5 don'ts. Now I would like to introduce a important treatment that is nothing but detoxification. Detoxification is nothing but removing toxins from the body. Okay, and how we know that our body has toxin inside? See, these are the 7 important signs what our body going to show whenever our body has toxins. First one is we get excessive fatigueness, that means always tired and lethargy, lack of interest and etc. Second is stubborn weight gain, allergies, skin irritation, constipation, bad breath, muscle aches and pain. See, whenever we are getting all this sign, see, make sure that our body have particular like toxin inside our body. So it's how we have to remove from our body. So how we can remove the toxin from our body? These are the method of removing toxins. First method is kindly enhance the natural channels. Okay, in our body there are for men there are 4 natural channels. For women there are 5 natural channels to remove the toxin. First natural channel is urine. Second is stool. Third is sweat. Fourth is breathing. For women there is a 5th channel, that is menstruation. These are the 4 channels. For women there is a 5 channel. Make sure every day this 5 channel is working properly and we are removing the toxin or waste. And the second method, we have to with a natural like herb like a turmeric, ginger and tulasi. The herb like a turmeric, we know that it is going to kill all the bacteria, inflammation, infection and etc. things. And the ginger always going to digest all the undigested food material. Tulasi is one of the best antifungal or antiviral activity. And the third method how we can remove toxin is fasting. See, fasting is nothing but giving rest to the body and the system, especially the digestive system. And the duration of fasting is minimum 12 to 24 hours. And what will happen during fasting? See, whenever we are giving rest to the body, whenever we are giving rest to the body, our body is going to break down all the heavy molecules like a protein and other cell components. And the body will make use of them for energy. And what are the types of fasting? There are many varieties of fasting. I just highlight few here, like juice fasting, fruit fasting, soup fasting, water fasting, salad fasting, one-time meal fasting, intermittent fasting. I will explain one by one, like a juice fasting. Like throughout the day, we have to drink juices in the day. That is nothing but the juice fasting. Fruit fasting means breakfast we can take one kind of fruit, lunch one kind of fruit, dinner again fruit. Soup means breakfast one kind of fruit, lunch we can take soup, dinner we can take soup. Water fasting means throughout the day we have to keep on sip water. Salad fasting means breakfast we can eat fruit, lunch we can take salad, dinner we can take salad. One time meal fasting means breakfast we can take juice, lunch we can take one proper meal, and dinner again we have to take juice. That is nothing but a one-time meal fasting. And another one is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting comes under dry fasting. That means 16 to 18 hours we are completely fasting without drinking water, etc. That is nothing but intermittent fasting. Today I like to give more explanation about the juice fasting. See, what is the importance of juice fasting compared to other fasting? See, one thing, juice fasting is very easy to do it. Second thing is, juice fasting going to do like a dual property, like juice fasting going to clean or detox our body, the same way juice fasting going to nourish our body. Okay, and how we can do juice fasting? See, there are 2 varieties of juices available nowadays. One thing is a cold pressed juice, and second one is a blended juice. See, I am preferring to take a cold pressed juice. The main difference between cold pressed juice and blended juice, see, whenever we are preparing juices in a cold press machine, there is no heat generation, and only the juices will come out. That means only the nutritious water will come out. There is no fiber inside, which is very easy to digest it. But when the blended juices, whenever we are blending, all with the water, all the fiber also come outside. So it's compared to cold pressed juice, blended juice is little heavy to digest it. And whenever we are doing juice fasting, we have to sit and drink the juices sip by sip. That means never gulp the juices. And we have to drink the juices every 2 to 3 hours, 1 glass of juice. And whenever we are doing juice fasting, kindly avoid daytime sleep. And the number of days how we are doing juice fasting depend on our condition. In the normal, to maintain our health and prevent the disease, is preferred to take juice fasting once in a week. Example, the person is like obese, like overweight kind of condition, like cholesterol issue, hypertension issue. Such people can do like maybe continuously 2, 3, maybe 5 days continuously. They can do juice fasting and they can give rest to the body. So body going to heal themselves. And how we are breaking our fasting. The next day of our juice fasting, the next day breakfast should be something very easy to digest, like something mono food we can eat. The lunch also something little easy to digest, something like a semi-solid or semi-liquid food, like a porridge or khichdi with a little cooked vegetable. And the dinner should be mixed vegetable soup. And the next day we can go to our normal breakfast, lunch and dinner. And what are the benefits what we are going to get from juice fasting? See, first and important foremost benefit what we are going to get means we can maintain our health and we can prevent all the diseases. And we will get enough nutrients and minerals, and we can give complete rest to the digestive system, and we can boost our energy, and we can say goodbye to the inflammation. We will get a very good healthy weight loss, and we get a proper hydration. We can support our immune system, and we can improve our metabolism. Okay, these are my 11 points which I like to share with you. So if anyone have any doubt, kindly please.
Thank you, Dr. Ratish, for sharing this. These are really helpful, I think, tips which we can follow to lead that healthy life. So if any questions, you can just open your mic and ask. Anybody has any question? Or you can just send it to me on chat so I can take that question.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Oh, hello. Yes.
Hi, Pusha. Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to know, like, for dinner, we are not able to eat before 7. Means, what's basically I'm doing exercise regularly. I'm walking also, but that stiffness is not going from the system. I don't.
Sorry, it's not clear. Question is not clear. What is not going from?
The stiffness in all the joints, in all my hands, my legs. So whenever I get up, I have to spend some time to. Unlike when we were small children, we never used to feel any stiffness. Straight away, we get up and we can just run and do. But now I have to make that special effort, and sometimes also have to push to walk. It's not like it's a painless walk or painless exercise regime. So I just wanted to know, like, what changes should I make in my lifestyle? Like, I'm eating healthy all the time, home cooked food, fresh cooked, but definitely dairy and is part of my everyday. I'm a vegetarian, but I do eat, means directly I don't take milk, but yogurt I eat, then 2 times chai also I have. So, yeah.
For the stiffness, there are many causative factors, many reasons for stiffness. I can highlight like 2-3 reasons for that. Suppose if your body doesn't have proper blood circulation, you will get a body stiffness, especially in the joints. If you have any inflammation inside your body, you will get this stiffness. If you are having more uric acid inside your body, you will get a stiffness. And if you have lot of fat accumulation inside your body, you will get a stiffness. And if you're doing a daytime sleep or you're not waking up early in the morning, you'll get a stiffness. And if you're taking heavy dinner at night, you'll get the stiffness. See, the factor. Okay, my suggestion, like finish the dinner at the earliest and preferably before sunset. And every day do exercise before your breakfast. In Singapore climate, we have to finish our morning exercise before 8 o'clock. And preferably, as you said, like a stiffness mainly in the joints, I am suggesting kindly do Surya Namaskara, sun salutation, what we call. That is one of the best exercise for all kind of joint stiffness. And we are doing every day. It's not working 1 week or 2 days or till the stiffness disappear. It's not like a lifelong we have to do that one. That's one of the best exercises I can suggest you for stiffness.
Thank you, sir. And do you think if I leave the dairy products, it will be helpful?
It definitely is going to be helpful because one thing is going to support your digestive system. You'll get a proper digestion, so your energy will go high. Second thing is the fat accumulation going to reduce it.
Yes.
Third thing is the water retention will come down. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Very useful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other questions?
See, Archana, there is one question here. What would be a good substitute to replace milk for growing youths? Like,
Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
See, for growing youths, instead of milk, we can give all other source of vegetable source milk. Like I can give you example like almond milk, coconut milk, soya milk, oats milk, kind of thing. But only one condition: kindly prepare your own milk. Never try to get from the packet. See, once you prepare your own milk, you can see you cannot keep it more than 1 or 2 days. The third day it gets spoiled. That means you're not putting preservative. But all the packed milk what you're getting from the supermarket is expiry date minimum 6 months to 3 years. So depending on the expiry date, the quantity or the proportion of the preservative is a little higher side. So with the milk, the nutritious milk, we are also giving preservative to our kids. So kindly please avoid the preservative milk. Kindly give a fresh milk. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that answers the question, your question. So any other questions? Maybe meanwhile, when the questions are coming, I can ask one question.
Yeah.
So a lot of time I also get this question from many people that they're doing everything, like, you know, eating healthy, doing intermittent fasting, eating less, doing kind of moderate exercise, yoga, but still they're not losing weight. So any, any inputs on this?
After that, I want to clear that one. If they're waking up or sleeping properly, if they're doing exercise, eating only like 3 times in a day, they're drinking water and they're socially active, there is no doubt in that they'll going to reduce the weight. That 100% they're going to reduce their weight. Still, if they're not reducing weight, then there is some other internal problem, like medically they are not fit. We have to cut maybe hormonal imbalance, one of the reasons why they're not reducing weight. Okay, if there is any water retention issue, if there is any excess protein inside their body, they will never going to cholesterol, etc. issue, they will never going to reduce their weight. But in a normal case, if they are following basic rules, definitely they want to reduce their weight. And most of the people, I like to say that, see, doing exercise, I agree with that one, but we have to do in a proper timing. Again, I like to inform you that according to Singapore climate, if you are doing like to do exercise, kindly do before 8 a.m. or kindly do after 5 p.m. That means either before dinner or before breakfast.
Okay, thank you. I think I want to add one thing here. So what I observe is that one common thing what I've observed is their sleeping pattern or their sleep is not good, disturbed sleep or insomnia or sleeping issues. I think that also leads to, not losing weight or not adding into that way, I guess. So what is your take on this?
Yes. Sleep. I told you, if you are following all the rules and regulations, and if you are not sleeping well, don't expect a good health from such body.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping is very important for maintaining the health, cure the disease, prevent the disease, everything.
Okay. Thank you. So there are a few questions coming up. Yeah. Sorry. You want to?
What is the fastest way to keep metabolism? See, there is no any easy task or easy way to correct our metabolism. I can say two important points. One thing again, I want to tell you, correct the sleeping timing. It's not like how much time you are sleeping is not that important, but it's very important that which time you are sleeping. Is make sure that you kindly sleep by 10 o'clock or before 10, and you kindly wake around 5 o'clock. That is before 6 you have to wake up, before 10 you have to sleep. So body is automatically going to correct the metabolism. Second, very important, kindly do exercise every day. Never miss. If you are missing morning exercise, kindly do in the evening. And see, as I said, there are three ways. Like either you can go for a barefoot walk. If it's not possible, kindly do yoga. Okay, or kindly go for to play any sport game. At least like a morning or in the evening, compulsorily we should do exercise. And second, another question: what can substitute yogurt, curd, and buttermilk? See, actually, especially buttermilk is one of the supreme medicine according to Ayurveda. But only thing is, you have to prepare the buttermilk. See, nowadays what we are doing, we are taking like a curd and we are putting lot of water and we are blending. Actually, that is we are mixing. That is not buttermilk. How we have to prepare buttermilk? We have to take a curd and we have to add a lot of water. Then we have to churn and the butter have to come out. Then the remaining water is we are calling buttermilk. In that buttermilk, we have to add like a ginger, curry leaf, pepper, etc., a small onion, etc. That's a real medicine for our health. Almost all kind of like a digestive disorder we can cure with this real buttermilk, but not the curd yogurt water. Okay, and instead of taking like a dairy yogurt, we can go for like a other substitute like a coconut yogurt, almond yogurt, like that. That's compared to dairy yogurt, that is better. And buttermilk, of course, if you are ready to prepare any form of buttermilk, in this way we are take out all the churn out all the butter outside. You can take it. Another question along the lines of what Archana just mentioned. Thanks. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Please keep sending your question. But let me ask one question. You mentioned that don't mix cooked and uncooked food.
Yeah.
So generally, we have habit of taking some salad along with we are eating. So that is also not suggested?
No. See, either we have to take everything should be cooked item or we should take everything raw item. And whenever we are mixing cooked and uncooked item, we can see immediately we get a little bit of bloating, mild bloating. And next to the morning, it will affect our bowel movement. We'll never get a proper bowel movement. It's going to sticky or we'll get a lot of wind coming out and we get a mild headache also. But those who are getting mouth ulcer, stomatitis, immediately they have to stop mixing cooked and uncooked food. Most of the case is going to cure it. No need of any medicine for that.
So, sir, can we we eat salad and give a break of half an hour and then go for the cooked meal?
No, as I said, the minimum duration of digestion is 4 to 6 hours. So you have to give a much gap between cooked item and uncooked item. Say, example, breakfast you can take uncooked item and lunch you can take a cooked item. Like that you can do it.
So, salad and fruit in the breakfast together can have?
Can. That because both are raw item, you can do it.
Thank you.
And there is another question here. What is the best home remedy for constipation? See, if you are taking any remedy for constipation, make sure that you are drinking enough water and you are sleeping properly at night. And the best home remedy, what I can give, like the black raisins. Okay, kindly take either you just soak the black raisin in the morning and take 30 minutes before your sleep. Kindly take minimum 30 black raisins every day. Take like a medicine, so just to make the quantities fixed every day 30. Suppose if you are after 3 days also, if you are not passing motion properly, then kindly increase the quantity. So fix it 40 black raisins, like that. And the second, like the best laxative or like remedy for constipation is pomegranate juice. Okay, that's another like a we can say the home remedy for like a constipation. What we can say. And this black rice is really going to act. I can give a small remedy like we can call home remedy. So just like a 30 black raisins, just to make a juice out of it. Like just take and add a half glass of water, then just blend it and make a juice. And take 1 tablespoon of jaggery, like a brown sugar. Normally we are calling good jaggery. Just take a 1 tablespoon of jaggery, add a half glass of water, then just heat it and melt it. Okay, after melting, kindly join both the juices, the hot jaggery juice and the black raisin juice. Mix it together, mix it properly, and take it 30 minutes before your sleep. And this home remedy very useful for kids below 5 years, because for below 5 years we cannot administer any tablet. So we can give this home remedy those who are below 5 years or every person for as a home remedy for constipation. But again, I'm repeating, kindly drink enough water, that means minimum 2 to 3 liters, and sleep properly at night. And eat more like a fibrous food, like a fruits, vegetable, etc. And another question, is it okay to use gluten-free flour blend to bake if you have avoid white flour? Yes. Make sure there is no gluten inside, and take all the flour with a full fiber. Okay. I'm only what I'm saying is kindly avoid white flour which is already bleached with alloxan and benzoyl. Okay, normally we are calling maida or white flour. All other flours are okay, and always get it with the fibers. Any other question?
Yeah, we can take a few more questions. We still have 5 more minutes.
Yeah, please.
So maybe I can ask one question. People with insomnia, they are following, again, I do come across a lot of people with insomnia, and they say that they are following everything, eating before 7 o'clock. They are having that routine of, switching off light, keeping music on, but still they feel they are not getting good sleep or quality sleep. So do you suggest anything? Because I know I do suggest doing Brahmari, light walk and so on, but any other suggestion from your side?
Use an important suggestion for all this condition. So this is one of the common disorder in Singapore. See, those who have insomnia issue, please kindly avoid tea and coffee from their life, and alcohol also. Tea, coffee is very important. Those who are taking tea and coffee, don't try to treat insomnia. It's not possible to cure it. Number 1. Second thing is, before sleeping, 1 hour before your sleep, you have to stop using all the electronic devices like a mobile phone, TV, laptop, and reading books. That also we have to stop 1 hour before our sleep. And what we have to do in this 1 hour means, first option, you have to talk with all the family members. First option. Second option, either you can just go for a mild walk, just outside, or you go and stand on the balcony. Third option, kindly read minimum 10 days old newspaper. Like that means old newspaper, that means physical newspaper. You have to read. The minimum 10 days old. Okay, our body and mind, especially mind, get bored and tired whenever we are reading this newspaper, minimum 10 days old newspaper. We'll get sleep. That is one suggestion. Second suggestion, what like Archana said, that the same thing only, we have to give a proper work to body and mind. Again, we have to do exercise every day, either in the morning or in the evening. So in yoga, there are many techniques and healing methods, especially for insomnia. According to Ayurveda and yoga, insomnia is not comes under a disease, it's a disorder. Our body is going to cure it completely, this insomnia issue.
Sir, they say that after lunch we should not have like fruits which we generally love to have, like mangoes in summer season. So like for me, after lunch I have a very strong craving for sweet. So what can I have which will not have a negative effect on the health?
See, the thing is, like whenever we are mixing, like after taking full-fledged meal, like our cooked item, if you are eating any, not only food, any uncooked item, it will damage your digestion. You'll never get a proper digestion, and the food what we ate, the lunch and the mango is not going to nourish your body properly. If you want to eat mango, mango is one of the best fruit now because the season. So kindly take maybe 2, 3 or 5 kg of mango and take in the dinner time. That could be your dinner. You will get a complete nourishment. Okay, see, we have to respect the food because it's giving all kind of nutrients and minerals. Okay, never like a neglect and never take a side dish or something like that. Foods are one of the best food in, especially those who are living in Singapore, because we will get enough nutrients plus minerals. So kindly respect and eat enough quantity also. Don't take 1 or 2 like a dessert. Take enough quantity. And always opt for seasonal fruit. Now the mango season. Sit and eat enough quantity, as much you need.
And what about post lunch, sir?
Post lunch, see, you have to take little rest and do your professional or family work. Nothing else. Or only breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Be a healthy person. Okay.
Sir, I have a question here.
Please, yeah.
Like, I have leg pain, severe leg pain sometimes.
Sorry, Deepika, it's not clear. It's not clear for me, your voice. Can you please repeat again?
1 second, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, now is it clear?
Yes, tell me.
Like, I have severe leg pain. Like, I think sometimes someone is pulling my legs and taking off. That much leg pain I have. I have thyroid issue from past 13 years. Is it something related to that?
Archana, if it's audible for you, can you please repeat the question?
No, actually, we could not hear you properly. Can you just type it in the chat so that will be easier?
That is better. There's something with the mic or something. So please, Deepika, please kindly test.
Yeah.
Yes. Why do you promote only eating mono fruit? What happens when you mix the fruit and so there's a question like why do you promote only eating mono fruit? What happens when we mix fruits and eat them? See, whenever we are eating mono fruit, no need to worry about the sugar level in the body. It will never going to increase it. Second thing is it is going to digest very easily. There is no difficult to digest, and there is no fat accumulation also. See, once we are mixing the food, immediately it will damage our digestion, number one. Second thing is it will produce phlegm. And if you want to demonstrate, you can demonstrate today itself. See, around like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock time, kindly mix 2 or 3 or 4 kind of fruit. See, tomorrow morning you can see there is a lot of phlegm accumulation in your throat. And tomorrow evening you can take only 1 kind of fruit. Okay, there is no more phlegm accumulation in the day after. And it's very easy to digest. Whenever we are taking mono fruit, 1 kind of fruit at a time, it's very easy to digest. Whenever we are mixing the fruit, it's very heavy to digest it. That's the reason why I'm always promoting mono fruit. And from Deepika, I have severe leg pain and I have thyroid from past 13 years. Can you please suggest some remedy? Say Deepika, thyroid is a hormonal imbalance and it's a major disorder inside our body. Okay. See, for thyroid issue, the best medicine or the best therapy or treatment for thyroid issue again is sleep. See, body is the best medicine or best doctor to cure thyroid issue. See, whenever you are sleeping properly around in between 9 to 10 and once you sleep, start waking up at 5 o'clock, that's the first medicine for thyroid dysfunction. So second treatment or medicine for thyroid is exercise. Okay, every day morning can you do 1 hour exercise. According to your body constitution, you have to select what kind of exercise you have to do it. And the third thing is about the food only. Eat only like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and finish the dinner before 7 p.m. Body going to heal major portion of thyroid issue. Body going to heal it. So no need of any particular medication. After following this also, if your body is not healing your thyroid issue, then only try for some other medication. And one of the best herb for thyroid issue is ashwagandha. So maybe the leg pain also is maybe because of the like thyroid issue only, that you have to check what is the reason for your leg issues. Okay, and again I would like to repeat, thyroid is not a disease, it comes under a major disorder. So kindly cure it. And the next question is, we have been eating it all wrong. We grow up with the food platters with the varieties. See, that I know that we did all those things because of like the lack of knowledge. By mistake we did. See, once we know it, kindly correct it now, yourself and your kids. So the next generation who is growing up, we can correct them. At least we did a mistake, we correct now at least, and correct the new generation.
Okay, thank you so much for answering all the questions. I hope it was useful, all the tips and all those suggestions. So with that, let's close the question round. And I would like to say thank you, Dr. Ratish, for sharing all this information and all those small little tips. I think it is going to help, because these are the issues we generally very frequently, most of the people face. So it is definitely very helpful. And thank you so much. So again, it is my pleasure to invite you, and I'm like so happy to have you both in this talk. And I want to share that you guys giving this, let me just read out, 50% off on the juices, right?
Yes.
I will just open my, 50% only for Ojas Yoga members. So I'm going to share all this information. So I think it's one day detox, juice detox plan. You all will be getting 50% off. So I'll share that information in our internal WhatsApp group, and you can approach them directly. And if you have any other further queries, you can just get in touch with Dr. Ratish individually to, get all the questions answered and get the consultation from him. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining and making this 4th anniversary memorable for me. And thank you. Good night. Thank you, Dr. Ratish. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Archana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Archana. That was a very interesting talk.
Thank you, Pallavi.
Congratulate you for completing 4 years.
Thank you.
There are lots of takeaways from the talk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So there are
to know how much we need to improve ourselves.
Correct. So as Dr. Ratish said, that it has to be routine. So it has to be done.
Yes.
Every day without break.
It's a reminder, actually. Very nice talk.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ratish. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Archana, you have my number with you, right?